Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to the Saiyonan Archives. If you're new here, my name is Nuna. I am the poet, the seer, the wise woman, the writer, the sage, the witch of the Saiyonan Archives, as well as the keeper. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if you're returning, hello tribe. Welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. Let's go ahead and get this reading done. I'm going to be working with the Jade Oracle, as well as with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, as well as the Herb Crafters Tarot. I want to say real quick here that I thank you so much for trusting me and for being here with me. Thank you so much for taking your time with me here and for trusting me to give you messages that you may need to help you along your journey. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relays messages to you. And I also set intention for your protection, for your wisdom, and for all things that you may need in your life. Okay? If you listened to the last video, it was pretty long. It was pretty long. It was like almost like 40 minutes, I think. All right, and these are the three cards that are coming out now. This deck, the Jade Oracle, works with me so well. I work really well with this energy. And I'm also wanting you to take a moment to bask in this beautiful energy as well. The way that I'm going to be doing this reading this time is I'm going to just be pulling the cards, starting off with Oracle first, and then we're going to get into Tarot. It's different, but it works. And I want to go ahead and get that done. How are you feeling? What's been going on? It feels like it's been a while since we've talked and things like that. So the first card that came through actually was the Provider of Sustenance. And it's La Señora del Sustento, I believe. And I believe the word is Chicomecoto, I believe. Or Chicomecoaro. Maybe that's what it's pronounced. Chicomecoaro, I believe. I'm not sure, but I'm going to sit more with that, the Provider of Sustenance. So immediately what I'm drawn to are the feathers, and I'm also drawn to, of course, this thing that they've got, that this energy has gotten its hand or in her hand. And the Provider of Sustenance, this basically means that it's giving you things that are needed, obviously. Sustenance, to sustain you, right? So health, vitality, all of those different things, giving you the things that you need, the tools, the resources, and things like that. You then have here Noble Flower, Noble Flor, I believe is how you pronounce it, or Xochipilli. I can't pronounce, I've got to work on my pronunciations with these things. Also, you guys may hear people coming in and out. It's because my sons are up and they are hungry by now, so we're going to be getting ready to cook dinner and things like that. Right now it is currently 4:29 actually, so yeah, dinner will probably be prepared at about 5 o'clock, and it's about that time. So hopefully the reading is done before then, but if not, we're not going to rush it. And then the third card that you had out here was Precious Flowers. So there's something very specific about like earth energy, flowers, gardens, things like that. And then you have, I think it's Xochiquetzal, I believe, Precious Flower, and Flor Preciosa. I believe I pronounced that right. I pronounced it so fast. Preciosa, I believe. Okay. So anyways, immediately what I feel coming from this is that there's something like a gift. There's some kind of like gift that someone is probably going to be receiving, or there's something that it feels very like fresh and like very, I'm almost kind of seeing for some people it's like roses, and I'm seeing some it's like, and it sounds very cliche because it's flowers, right? But that it's deeper than that, obviously. But what I'm getting is that there's something about how like these flowers, you may not expect them to grow during certain seasons, yet somehow they'll grow for you. Like, I can't explain exactly what that means, because logically you would need, you know, the right circumstances and like the right environment for them to grow. Yes. But there's something about how they'll grow for you. I don't know what it is, but they will 100% grow for you because you have that kind of connection with them. Or maybe you're able to manipulate the environment for them in a way where others can't. And because of that, you're able to help them grow in even the most harshest conditions for them, you know, biologically speaking. And there's something about that specifically. And it's something about you having the kind of energy that is very, you have precious energy is what I'm hearing. Like, you have energy that is very innocent, and you have energy that is very like, I wouldn't even harm a fly. And they're recognizing that within you. It's like, people may find me intimidating, but truly that's just how they feel because they're projecting onto me. I'm not like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I could be a ninja, but I'd rather be a butterfly, you know, like I'd rather just, you know, kind of flutter and mind my business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fight with anyone. And it's so funny because like now I'm getting a vision of like two butterflies fighting each other. And it's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, we're on the same team here. Why are we fighting? I don't want to fight you. And it's like, you recognize that within other people, we're on the same team here. I don't want to fight anyone. Like, we're all here to just kind of get along, and we're all here to go home. Like, we're all here trying to learn something. And why are you trying to fight me on this when I'm not even doing anything? Like, I'm just existing and you're triggered, you know, like, you need to check that. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's exactly the way it's coming through. There's something about you being given an offering. I'm seeing that someone is going to give you or gift you some flowers, is what I'm hearing for some of you. Okay. Or this could just simply be one person, and that's all right. Okay. Now, La Señora del Sustento, the most important agricultural deity, Chico-Mecoro, I believe, was considered the creator of maize, beans, and chia seeds, as well as process for turning corn into masa to make tortillas. She was associated with mature corn. Her name means 7 snakes. During festivals in her honor, women carried 7 ears of corn while dancing and singing. When Chico-Mecoro appears, she reminds you that you have the power to create abundance. To tap into this power, cook a beautiful meal to share with family and friends. Know that what you create nourishes others. That's whoa. That's so wild how I got that vibe, because it was like, you create these conditions that other people just may not be gifted at doing. Like, you are the one that gathers things together. You may come from a lineage of women or people who are like harvesters, or they may have been farmers. Like, you may come from a family of farmers. They worked a lot with the earth, and they knew how to create abundance with just as like little as possible. Like, you come from like earth people. Like, your people are of the earth. And what do I mean by this when I say that? Because we all are, you know, but what I mean is that you have a way with the land that other people may not know. You just have a gift for gardening. Sorry about that. My memory card was full. But anyway, so yes, you definitely have a gift for gardening and a gift for like growing things. And because you use that gift, I feel like it's going to really benefit you. Like, it's definitely very benefiting. But it's not even just the fact that it's going to benefit you. It benefits other people. Like, your gifts benefit others, and they recognize that. Like, by nature, I feel like you're not easily angered. You're not easy to anger, but it also can be very hard for you to relax and calm down once you have been angered. Or this could indicate someone that was very patient back, like way back before. And I resonate with this one so much. Like, you may have been someone who was always very patient, and as you grew, like over time, you started to lose patience a lot faster than what you normally would. But that's because of all the rigor. They're asking for you to get back to gardening, and for you to get back to planting, and get back to putting your hands in the soil. Like, they're wanting you to put your hands deep into the soil to ensure that you come back to like an equilibrium and balance yourself. And also what I'm hearing is that you working with the earth is going to help for you to balance your hormones somehow. Okay, they're wanting you to do that. It relieves stress. They're wanting you to get into the soil, get into the earth. Like, they're wanting you to work with the earth. And that's how you create abundance. And that in itself is also an act of magic. Magic does not always look like you being at the altar and you lighting candles and things like that. I know that that was very popularized and glamorized back when social media was making a big hit and whatnot, and people were returning back to their spirituality, and like lots of performances were going on and things like that. You know, people trying to seem cool and trying to look cool to get their stuff out, and you know, businesses for some people were booming because people were falling into the glamorization of everything. But now they're saying, now that the hype is down, now that everyone's kind of like, now that people are relaxing and they're realizing, okay, I really don't need all this extra stuff. Now they're saying, it's like, I want you to return back to the true magic. Not that working magic at the altar was not true, but they're saying that they want you to get to they want you to get back to the natural aspect of magic, right? Natural magic, elemental magic, things like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue. I'm looking for the noble flower. Is that the one? Yep, noble flower. Okay, here we go. The noble flower is the patron of flowers, dancing, singing, feasting, painting, and game playing. The statue of Xochipilli, I believe, Chipi, I don't know how to pronounce that, house in the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City is covered with flowers from psychotropic plants associated with the Nino Santos hallucinogenic mushrooms. He is said to be in a trance. When he appears, you are reminded to immerse yourself in beauty and the grand mystery of the cosmos. Leave the material world behind and connect with the multidimensional universe within you. Consider leaving the world behind for a bit and connecting with the divine. That's so interesting, because at first glance you would probably think, oh, she's very beautiful, but it's like, nope. Think again. And it's just so beautiful because you can see just how, you know, the trance that they say that this being is in. And look at the greenery and look at the flower and look at the floral. This is you connecting directly with the divine through the natural essence. It's giving me a vibe where you use like oils and things like that. At least if you're working with the essentials from the Etherium here with me, then you're working with beautiful smells and you're working with scent and you're working with the power of oils, right? To not only go into these trance states, but to really commune and really dive deep into the essence of the divine. And it's beautiful when you're able to utilize natural things and natural essences to commune with the divine. And that's the reason why when I use my stuff, I don't like using fragrance oils. It's not a shot at anyone that does, because some people, you know, it's just a smell, they like it, it's fine. But with me, I usually stick to, at least when I'm working doing things like ritual magic, I tend to not use things with fragrance oil in it because I just don't like it. And I also like to use things that are more natural, that have more of like an earthly essence to it. Like I try not to use anything that's been, you know, bleached and things like that. Like I try to stay away from things like that. I usually work with things, if it's not like a cosmetic grade, depending on what I'm using, it's going to be the most natural possible, right? Like organic, natural possible. Sometimes I will use cosmetic grade because some things you do put on your face, you want to make sure that, you know, whatever. It just depends, right? Anyway, this is you working with plant allies is what I'm hearing, but also diving deep into plant wisdom and plant mystery and wisdom and whatnot, like wisdom of the flowers. You may be like a flower child. I feel like you connect strongly to earthly energy. You may be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn aspect or sign, or you may gravitate more towards those signs because you yourself may be very watery or fiery and you like that grounding essence. Take wisdom from your Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus ruled friends. And even if they're not, you know, you don't even have to fall into that cliche, right? Like you could just, whoever friends you have or people that are around you that are very earthy, you know, they may be fire signs, but they may be the most down to earth people you may know. You want to take, you know, wisdom from that and receive wisdom from that to help you with whatever you're in right now. And then, of course, you have precious flowers. See, there's lots of flowers here. And it's so beautiful how flowers have so many different types of uses. They can make perfumes. They are edible. They're decorative. And, you know, they're homes. You know, they attract pollinators. Like, there's so many uses for flowers. And not only do they beautify the earth, they also, again, they hold medicine. right? Like there's so many things. Their roots, you know, they can hold medicine. There's a magical aspect to these plants and to these flowers. So they're asking for you. You can make rose water, orange peel water, or like orange water, or, you know, whatever it is. You can make medicine, you know, make balms and things like that. Like there's so many different uses to flowers and plants, and they're asking for you to not only absorb the beauty of these flowers and whatnot, but to also take in their essence and their wisdom. Because if you can see beauty within them, then what they're saying is that you can find beauty within anything. And that's the true power of glamour magic that people don't truly want to talk about. They often give you this glamorized, this more, and as I say that, there's a hawk flying over here where my area. It's like some people fall into the glamorization of glamour magic, and they fall into like there's a word I'm looking for, superficiality of it. But truly, to work a true glamour, you have to know that beauty exists within that thing that appears that no beauty is in it. And in order for you to change it, you have to know the nature of what you're changing. You see what I'm saying? So it goes so much deeper than just face value. It goes so much deeper than just what's on the surface. And that's the beauty of what they're showing you. They're showing you that there's so much more beauty outside of just what meets the eye, was just, you know, on the surface. That's what they're saying, right? Like that is what they're saying to you now. Okay. You have precious flower. Let me go to that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Xochiquetzal literally means flower quetzal. The quetzal was the most precious bird in ancient Mexico and Central America. So by having this as part of her name, we know that she is also precious and beautiful. Xochiquetzal is the archetype of the young woman who is moving into her sexual potency. She represents the divine lover, the immanent divine spirit of all that is feminine, a voluptuous sensuality, sexual desire, and pure pleasure. She is also associated with games, dance, song, joy, flowers, almost anything beautiful. She presides over all artistic activities and is the patron of painters, weavers, sculptors, and stone workers. Those born under her sign were excellent weavers and anime, I believe, or those who bring happiness. Sex workers. It is said that she performed the first sexual act. Her hair formed the first divine woman that conjoined with a divine man, birthing Cinteotl, the corn lord, the lord of corn. Xochiquetzal is here to help you remember that life is beautiful and that you deserve to live with joy, happiness, and pleasure. You deserve to do what you love to do. She invites you to explore your senses, to remember that your body is sensual. Your soul is happy when you feel completely in love with your life. Take time and remember the last time that you felt joy just simply because you live, laugh, and love on this planet. When you are happy and doing what you love to do, you are living in balance and equilibrium. When you live in this way, you bring harmony to the entire universe. They're wanting you to understand that there is more than what meets the eye. There is more than what is on the surface level. And when you decide to go within yourself and commune with the universe, you then just see just how even more beautiful things around you even are. When you decide to dive into cosmic wisdom, whether it be through psychedelics or whether it be through, you know, whatever kind of plant medicine, you then start seeing just how precious things are, not because of just how they look, or not even because of how they look, but because they are alive. And the very act of being alive itself is an act of joy. You are being called right now to enjoy life, to love life, to live life, to find beauty in it, to find meaning in it, right? To know that you yourself are the meaning of life, right? What this is also getting me or guiding me to say is that there's some type of enlightenment that you're tapping into through the beauty and the essence of earth. And you can just draw so much wisdom from these spaces and from the earth and from beauty. But when you start to tap out and go into the universe, you come back down. It's like when you have a trip, like when you, okay, maybe you've never done this before, but if you, and I'm not promoting the use of illegal drugs, if you are part of the United States corporation and you abide by their laws, doing any type of psychedelics more than likely is illegal, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that also if you are outside of their jurisdiction and you have control over your own affairs and that you have your own religious assembly and they cannot tell you what to do, then perhaps maybe then you have done, you know, hallucinogens and things of that nature. But you ever been like on a trip and then you kind of like you shoot out into the universe and you see like this realm of like creation, and then you see all these fractals and things like that warping, emerging, and bending into each other, and you see all of these different colors, spectrums of light, of colors that you've never seen on earth before, and the way that you you see them there. And then when you come back down, you're just like, what? And then it kind of makes you think of like how life is just so beautiful, even much more beautiful now that your mind has been expanded. That's exactly what this feels like. You guys are probably like, Nuna, how the hell do you know that? Honey, let me just tell you something. All right. You know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to say too much on the gram here, on YouTube here, but what I will say is that I do have experience with certain types of things that are well within my own right. And, you know, having these types of experiences, I can tell you 100% that they are just wow. Like they are just so mentally expansive, or they help you to expand your consciousness, and you yourself are expanding your consciousness through beauty, through joy, through laughter, through love, through play, through sex, right? Because sex in itself is such a pleasurable act. And if you're doing it right, oh my God, my battery is going to die. My battery's going to die. Okay. Unlock the magic within. My battery's going to die and I'm going to fix it in a second. I'm going to change it in a minute. I'm going to just let it die. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna do that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me go ahead and change the battery. I'll be right back. Okay, my apologies for that. I had to stop to change my battery because it was dying. Anyways, it has been changed now, and we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Okay, we have Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. So we have Moon here. We have Magic Guardian. And then we also have Seer, see beyond current situations. It's so interesting that this is actually bringing me to see beyond the mundane. And I feel like you're finding like universal energies or like universal wisdom through everyday things, through the wood of this table, right? Through crystals, through plants, like whatever it may be. I feel like you're finding more of the universal aspect or essence to it, because really all of this really is the universe experiencing itself through rocks, through trees, through resins and everything. It's like you become one with everything. And I feel like you're becoming one with your surroundings right now. I feel it's kind of giving me like chameleon vibes, but only you're not doing it to protect yourself. You're just doing it because you just become one with it. Like you're just one with it. These cards are kind of, I'm not really fully feeling these right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and stop pulling cards from this. I'm not really feeling it. So there's that. Like that's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna pull from here as well. I'm just gonna pull a few cards because I feel like we needed to see everything that we needed to see. Whoa. Okay. Oh, 10 of Earth. Okay. You have garlic with the strength. What is this? You have the Fool here. You have Madre of Earth. Exactly. Wow, Madre of Earth. That's so funny that I don't see Pachamama or Pachamama yet. But Pachamama definitely is coming through. You may have a really strong connection to Pachamama or Pachamama, I believe. You may have a very strong connection to that energy. I say that because that also is, it's like the great mother. It's like the great mother of all. You also do have 3 of Cups here. I'm hearing something. There's something very strong about spring. Oh, wow. You have the Moon twice. You're very psychic. Like you're very psychic. And I feel like you draw a lot from the earth. I feel like you come from a lineage of people who they really know the lands. Like they really know the land. They know the land, they know the water, they know the seas, they just know the land, and they use these different types of like earth materials to divine information. Like it was so much like your ancestors did. Like your ancestors are people of the land. Like they 100% are. Like you could not make that up if you tried. I want to show you this card. And of course it is actually here. Okay, so you have the world, you have Pachamama. I feel like this is you becoming one with everything. Like, I just feel like you're going to be becoming one with everything. I just feel like life has taught you to do so. I feel just like life, like you're just in a space in your life where you're just really wanting to enjoy. Like, you're not wanting to fight, you're not wanting to argue, like you're not wanting to do any of that. You just want to be happy. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. Like, it's almost kind of giving me the vibe of where there's like people fighting and arguing, and you're just like, I just want to eat this pizza or like, I just want to indulge in this chocolate. You know, it's like you're not allowing yourself to get into anything that's going to bring your mood down, and like you're not going to allow yourself to victimize yourself, or you're not even going to be victimized by the trauma, the tribulation, by, you know, what everybody else has going on. And I feel like people may not be able to understand it, and people may not understand how you're able to move on, or how you're able to be happy, and how you're able to just, you know, be in a space where, you know, where you're thriving. They may not get it, but you know, it's just not for them to get, because you find so much beauty in life, and you're so connected to everything. And you know, you may not share this a lot with people, but you come off as being a lot more sensitive than what people would think. And you do, wow, exactly, the high priestess. You are someone that is being called to really take time to reflect, and not even just reflect, but I'm hearing for you to take time to connect with the earth, to connect with mother, to connect with your ancestors, connect with the earth. Get your hands in the earth. Like, they're wanting you to do something with your hands. It could be pottery, right? It could be working with clays. It could be working with just work with the land. You know, go touch some trees. Like, they say touch the grass, but go touch trees, right? Like, go talk to trees, you know, go talk to their leaves. And, you know, there's something about like a willow. Go to a willow tree if you can. Go to an oak tree if you can. There's several oak trees where I'm at, but that's just because of where I live. Like, I live in Virginia now. And I used to live in California, actually, but I moved here to Virginia. This is my home. Like, this is the motherland for me, right? Like, this is my motherland. Like, this is, the earth remembers me here. And I'm embracing that so much. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that in another video. But anyway, so basically, yeah, like, it's so beautiful how they're saying to you that they want you to enjoy life. They want you to enjoy. They want you to commune. Because the more that you enjoy life, the more that you enjoy the earth, the more that you enjoy your experience here, the more psychic, the more intuitive, the more powerful you become, the more that your senses raise and enhance. Also, I'm hearing that your body is sensitive. Stay away from a lot of sugar if you are wanting things to get better. I can definitely speak to that, because I'm someone that, you know, me and sugar have a really bad history and I didn't even realize it. But anyway, take the lesson from me. Just make sure that you're not taking in too much sugar. You know, try your best to just be around earth and be feminine. Let yourself be feminine, right? Like, if you're someone that constantly exerts yourself, they're wanting you not to do that. They're saying, I really want you to spend time being catered to. Empress energy isn't here, but Empress energy is here, but the Empress card is not. But I feel the Empress energy here, I think she's just kind of protecting herself right now. The fact that she's not, wow, the Magician, I love this. The fact that you also do have the Magician here, I feel like the Empress, I feel like she's protecting herself. She's like in her own space, and she's just not wanting to be around anyone. And maybe you're not a female, or maybe you're not a woman. Maybe you don't identify as any one of those. Maybe you are someone who's non-binary, right? Like, maybe you don't agree with any of that. Maybe you're someone who just says, I'm in my divine feminine energy. I need to go hide out. I need to go be in my own space, because I just want to feel safe, and I want to be wrapped up in beauty, but I don't want it to be tainted by the war of the world. And I would rather just simply enjoy the world, not destroy it. And I'm not weak for that. If in fact it makes me stronger, because I know that there is destruction is necessary, right? Because we have to eat. We destroy the plant, right? We destroy it. We rip it up from the roots, right? We get it out, right? We chop it up, right? We crush it up and things like that. That's an act of destruction. It's necessary, and it's beautiful destruction. But I don't want to destroy things to a point where there's nothing of it left. And this is the way that Spirit is saying honor it. You may be an earth priestess, or maybe you're an earth priest, or maybe a lot of your magic comes from you working with the earth. The magician card here, you work a lot with plants, right? And for some of you, what they're saying is that I really want you to start working more with plant allies. I really want you to start tapping into the beauty of it, because for some of you, you don't even need to take psychedelics. Your mind, you're like already like a walking psychedelic as it is. So with that, because you have this capacity to hear plants, to see plants, to listen to their wisdom, right? To listen to their wisdom, they're saying, I want you to take that and I want you to work with them, because they'll listen to you. Remember at the very beginning, you are able to create spaces for these plants that maybe someone else may not be able to. And because of that, you're able to get them to grow for you because you have a relationship with them. You understand them. You understand them, right? Like you just know. Like you see them beyond their superficiality, or not their superficiality, excuse me, I'm misspeaking. What I mean is that you see beyond, right? See beyond the current situation. You see beyond the superficial idea of roses, the superficial idea of peonies, like, right? Like people have these superficial ideas, but you see them deeper than that. And just like that, you treat people with the same love, respect, and regard. Someone may be considered so ugly to the world. Oh, they just look terrible. Their skin ain't shit. They're just nasty looking, ill, get away from me. And you're just like, what is wrong with you? Like, there's so much beauty. Like, there's so much potential for there to things for change. Yeah, but if you just take care of it, right? Like, you don't see things as waste. You say, oh, well, the world would say, you or this thing is ugly. I don't want that near me. You say, come near me, my child, for there is so much beauty within you and I'm going to help you bring it out. That's you as opposed to other people. And that's a beautiful thing because you see the value and true essence of things. And your guides, your ancestors love that about you because there's so much wisdom you have. Like imagine being someone saying, you are just so fucking ugly. I can't be around you. Like, ew. Like imagine hearing that. Like that is so disgusting. Like you don't treat people or plants or anything the way that some people who come off as superficial treat things. Like you don't see these things as waste. And that's what makes you more powerful. That's what makes you so brilliant. And it's not to compare you and put you like on a high horse here and to bring everybody else down. It's not to say that, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that you're not God walking in flesh. Like I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you're not. And I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like that's not a beautiful thing for you to be so loving to other people, to other things. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you're not, because you are. And that's what makes you so unique. And that's what makes you stand out. Like, that is simply what makes you stand out. And that's beautiful. And Spirit is saying, I want you to love that about yourself because you find beauty in the most bizarre things. And that's what makes you different. That is what makes you different. I love that for you and I honor that. I love it so much for you. That's so beautiful. And also Three of Cups here. That's why people love being around you. People love being around you because you make them feel beautiful without even trying. And that's such a beautiful thing to have. And for some of you, you're being called out. You have that capacity and you don't show it because you feel like, well, people aren't going to appreciate it. You know what? They may not. And you know what? You have the power to filter out who you have around you. The same way you're able to filter out certain things and get these plants into certain spaces so that they can grow, you have the power to do that for yourself. You have the power to do that for others. You can foster and create spaces for people that they cannot create for themselves. And that is what makes you so unique. And that's why you're needed. If you've been wondering, and it's not even about the fact that you being, that's why you're being needed. It's just simply why you exist, because you are existing to create these spaces. If you've been wondering, should I do things more in person? Absolutely. Without a question, without a doubt. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this. And so thank you so much for tuning into these messages with me. I feel like I said what I needed to say. Speaking of which, you have the Two of Cups here, which I love for you because the Two of Cups represents coming together, alignment with yourself, another, right? Emotional alignment with something. They just work, right? They work beautifully, okay? Beautiful relationships with people that honor you, that honor the earth. Surround yourself with people that love the earth. Surround yourself with people that just love being around nature, that love being around beautiful people. that love being around artistic people. This is artistic people coming through here if you're an artist. Okay. And also, yes, I don't want to skip past the fact that you have the Fool card here and the World card real quick before you go. I am sensing that this is basically where Spirit says, I want you to start to get out and to get into the open. And the reason why Spirit is saying this for you is because this is where you're going to start growing a lot more. People need to see you, and they need to see you. They need to know that you exist. So Spirit is saying, like, I really want you to get out there so that you can start to create and build this community. They're wanting you to do it more, and they're wanting you to do it in person. For some of you, right? This is not going to represent everyone. For some of you, it's just simply you exploring, you traveling the world, you going around the world, you just finding beauty in these other spots, like nature spots, meditations there, things like that. And they're really wanting you to share your wisdom that you've learned about the world, about your magic. They want you to share your wisdom on that. They want you to share. Okay. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the SaiyonanPath.org. If you need anything else, you can follow me on Instagram over at the Saiyonan Path. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot more readings and things like that, as well as showing up, giving you guys more other videos and other kinds of content, because that's what I'm here to do. I love you so very much. Thank you, and I will catch you in my next video.